Hello, second grade friends, and welcome to our Fundations lesson for Monday. My name is Mrs. Wick, and I teach at Linwood Elementary School. I'm glad you're here today. We have two learning objectives for our lesson today. The first is to review homophones, and the second is to do some dictation practice. At the end of that lesson, there are also some optional learning and practice activities that you can continue on with today, or you can do at another time. To do our work today, we're going to need the usual things: a quiet place to work, a pencil or something to write your words with, some paper to write your words on, your listening ears to hear the words, and of course, my friends, you are going to need your brilliant mind. If at any time during the lesson, your brilliant mind needs a little bit more time to think, or your hand needs a little bit more time to write, just pause the lesson, take the time to do your best work, and when you're ready to move forward, press play and keep the learning going. Let's start our lesson today by thinking about homophones. Now, you learned about homophones when you were back in your classroom with your favorite second grade teacher and your friends. Think about what you might already know about homophones and give me a thumbs up when you've thought of something. That's a lot of thumbs. Your thumb might be up because you remember that homophones are words that sound the same. Your thumb might be up because you remember they sound the same but they're spelled differently. Or your thumb might be up because you remember they sound the same, they're spelled differently, and they mean different things. Oh, but there's still a few thumbs. Maybe those thumbs are up because you actually remember some words that are homophones. We're going to use a word that's a homophone, and we're going to tap it out together. So I'm going to give you a word that's a homophone, and you're going to echo the word. The word is week. Echo the word week. Great. Let's tap it out together. W-E-K. Week. How many sounds do you hear when you tap out the word week? I hear 3 sounds too. I hear a W at the beginning, a K at the end, and in the middle, I hear an E. I remember that when I hear an E in the middle of the word, there are some choices I have about how I could spell that word. There are 3 spelling choices to make the long E sound in the middle of a syllable or in a word like week. The first choice is the EE vowel team, like in the word Jeep. The second choice is the vowel E, consonant, silent E, like in the word Pete. And the third choice is the EA vowel team, like in the word eat. Okay, friends, you're going to need that paper and the pencil because we're going to build the word week 3 different ways, one for each of these options. So on your paper, you're going to write and I'm going to build on the screen. Let's try this first way. Let's build the word week using the EE vowel team. We'll write W-E-E-K. Now let's try it the second way. We'll write it W, vowel E, consonant K, and silent E at the end. Now let's try the third way. We'll write it W, vowel team EA, and a K at the end. Great work. Look at the words on your paper or the words on the screen. We've spelled week 3 different ways. As you look at those ways, does one look right to you? Does one look not right to you? 2 of these words are homophones. They're actually spelled the correct way. The one with the EE vowel team and the one with the EA vowel team are correctly spelled. They're homophones. They sound the same, they're spelled differently, and they have different meanings. The one with the EE vowel team means 7 days. I would use it like this in a sentence. I'm getting a new bike in 1 week. The one with the EA vowel team means the opposite of strong. I would use it this way in a sentence. SpongeBob looks very weak in this picture because he's struggling to pick up a stick with 2 marshmallows on it. So now we know that these 2 words are homophones. Let's see if we could pick the right word to use to complete a sentence. Here's my sentence. My sister's birthday is in 1 week. Put a circle around the homophone week that correctly completes this sentence. How about this one? The baby bird was too weak to fly. Let's put a box around the homophone weak that correctly completes this sentence. And now let's check your work. You put a circle around this homophone weak with the EE vowel team, and you put a box around this homophone with the EA vowel team. Great work, second graders. Hey, second grade friends, did you notice there are more homophones in this sentence? 2 and 2. So when we're thinking about homophones, I like to think about them with a Venn diagram because there are things that are the same about them and things that are different. They're spelled differently, they mean different things, but they have the same sound. That describes words that are homophones. If you want to do more practice with homophones, check out the optional activities at the end of the lesson. Great work, my friends. Now we're going to move on to dictation. So you're going to need that paper and that pencil that you started with in our homophone review. Our dictation today is going to include 3 sounds, 3 current words, 1 review word, 2 trick words, and 1 sentence. Remember that if your brilliant mind needs time to think or your hand needs time to write, pause the lesson and then move forward when you're ready to. Let's start by listening for 3 sounds. Now the first sound is the long E sound. It's the one we just talked about with our homophones. Can you echo the long E sound? We talked about 3 ways to make the long E sounds, but there are actually 6 different ways. On your paper, start by writing the 3 ways we just talked about to make the long E sound. And then see if you can add 3 more ways to make the long E sound. Pause if you need more time. The second sound is the sound ch, as in the word chair. Echo the sound ch and write the letters that make it on your paper. The third sound is the sound all, as in the word ball. Echo the sound all and write the letters that make that sound on your paper. It's time to check your work. So we talked about these 3 ways to make the long E sound: vowel team EE, vowel consonant silent E, and then vowel team EA. There's also just E by itself, like in the word me. There's EY, like in the word key. And there's Y at the end of a word, like in the word baby. To make the sound ch, we write CH. And to make the sound all, we write the letters A, L, L. Let's move on to listen for 3 current words. The first current word is the word cheap. I could say the soap was on sale, so I bought more because it was so cheap. Echo the word cheap. We can tap it out, ch, e, p, and write the word on your paper. Make sure you mark the word up after you're done writing it. The second word is the word streets. I could say, my friend moved to a house 2 streets away from my house. Echo the word streets. We can tap it out. St, r, e, t, s. Write it on your paper and mark it up. The third word is the word teach. I'm so lucky that I get to teach 2nd grade students. Echo the word teach. Let's tap it out. T, e, ch. Write the word on your paper and mark it up. When you're ready to move, we're going to move on to check your work. So we spell the word cheap with a CH digraph at the beginning that we underline, EA vowel team, and a P at the end. We scoop it and mark it with the D for double vowel. The second word was streets. I underlined the S, T, R, each sound in the blend. I circle the vowel team EE. There's a T, and then I circle the suffix S at the end and mark it as a D syllable. And the third word is the word teach. I start with a T. I have an EA vowel team that I circle, and I underline the digraph CH at the end and mark it with a D. Now we're going to listen for one review word, and that word is stir. I stir all the ingredients together to make the cookie dough. Echo the word stir. Tap it out. S-t-er. Write the word stir and mark it. Now we're going to check. This is how we spell the word stir. S-T. I underline each sound in the blend. And then this is an R-controlled syllable, I-R, that I circle, and I mark that word as an R-controlled word. Now we're going to listen for two trick words. Friends, you only need to write them. You don't need to mark trick words. The first trick word is the word whose. Whose shoes are in the middle of the floor? Echo the word whose and write it. And the second trick word is the word please. Please put them in your room. Echo the word please and write that trick word on your paper. This is how we spell the trick word whose, W-H-O-S-E. And this is how we spell the trick word please, P-L-E-A-S-E. Now we're going to write a sentence. Listen as I say this sentence for where to scoop it. Remember that sentences begin with capitals and end with punctuations. There are 9 words in this sentence. My son needs the key to unlock this gate. I'm going to say it again. My son needs the key to unlock this gate. My son needs the key to unlock this gate. Let's check your work. My son needs the key to unlock this gate. There's a period at the end. There's a capital M in the word my, and I've scooped it into its parts. Friends, today we had 2 learning objectives. We wanted to review and practice some homophones, and we did that, so let's say check. And then we wanted to do some dictation practice. You got that too, so let's say check. We're done the lesson for today. If you want to hear about the optional learning and practice activities, you can keep going. But for now, I'll just say well done on a lesson. I know you're working hard. I know your brain's getting smarter. Good job today, 2nd grade friends. Have a great day and practice activities for today. You can click this link to access the Winter Daydream story from Storytime and practice your fluency by reading the story out loud to a grown-up or someone in your house or to your stuffed animals. You can click this link to watch a Go Noodle called Bye 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 that talks about homophones. Or you can click this link to get a homophone list and see if you can write one sentence that includes one or both homophones. You can also make a list of other homophones that you know and see how many you can add to your list. Goodbye.